Welcome to Council Connection. I'm Dick White, Mayor and Durango City Councilor. This program is designed to give you a snapshot of happenings at the most recent Durango City Council meeting. This time we look at the August 15th meeting. The first item of business is the consent agenda, which is intended to allow the Council, by a single motion, to approve matters that are considered routine or non-controversial. There's usually no separate discussion of these items unless a council member or a citizen requests the item to be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. 2 of the 8 items were removed. Councilor Melissa Youssef requested removal of a resolution to accept a $100,000 grant from the Lohr Foundation to update the Ewing Mesa area plan.
I think it's important to understand the significance of this property for the future economic benefit of our town in providing diversification and addition of arts, music, and cultural opportunities for our community, as well as the preservation of open space and trails.
That really dovetails well with the work that La Plata County is doing on their multi-event center, as well as we have Trust for Public Land participating in really getting the area plan organized and getting some of the uses identified here in the next handful of months so that we can move forward and try to identify ways in which we can implement the various plans that will come into play.
Trails 2000 will administer the grant. The second item removed was a resolution completing pay and job classifications for several city employees impacted by a reorganization begun this spring. Both consent agenda items were approved. Additionally, an ordinance creating a Department of Transportation, also as part of the reorganization, was approved as well. Public participation was front and center at this meeting. Representatives of the Community Relations Commission presented a report on their activities to monitor the state of human relations in Durango.
All right, so what we do, we listen, we track the pulse of the community, and we report back to City Council. Some of the questions we ask are, what do you like about Durango? What does living in a diverse community mean to you? What are the challenges and issues? And any message to City Council. We like to start with, what do you like about Durango? Because it's very open-ended. It sets a good, nice tone, and we just get a general idea of what's good. Again, taking that temperature of the community, making sure that we're promoting social harmony.
Council also heard from representatives of several organizations who urged the city to continue efforts towards local, sustainable, clean energy and raising awareness about climate change.
Colorado is already 2 degrees warmer than it was 30 years ago. Residences and businesses throughout the state are already feeling the heat. Climate impacts like reduced snowpack, earlier snow melt runoff, and more frequent droughts threaten our communities and our livelihoods.
The energy sector is equally important when considering a buy local campaign. That is, buy local energy.
I want to thank the council for its very solid efforts to address climate change, which I view as the biggest threat that humanity has ever faced. When I look at the documents that you've produced, the Sustainability Action Plan, the Climate and Energy Action Plan, and the city's goals and objectives, you have really solid analysis and good intentions there.
During reports and actions, I asked City Manager Ron LeBlanc to talk about billions of dollars of federal budget cuts that have been proposed, which refund programs that have benefited Durango in the past. These include funding for such things as housing assistance, transportation, and other needs.
That's going to impact everything we do as a city. It'll eventually impact land use and some of the programs, as you mentioned, that we enjoy and the reason we live here and the reason we like it here won't be funded.
It was suggested residents contact our senators and U.S. congressmen regarding the proposed cuts. There was one legislative hearing to grant an easement to LPEA for service to the new Arrowhead Ridge subdivision on Rim Drive. Perhaps most importantly, councilors heard and approved ballot language to raise the city property tax levy to help pay for Durango fire and emergency services. City Attorney Dirk Nelson presented the ballot language, which stems from months of negotiation with the Durango Fire Protection District and 2 recent well-attended public hearings.
So this will be question 1A
authorization to increase city property taxes 2.5 mils for the purpose of paying for fire protection and emergency services provided within the city by the Durango Fire Protection District, and to amend the agreement with the district to increase the annual fee payable by the city to the district. Then the question is, shall the city of Durango taxes be increased by not more than $1.5 million in tax collection year 2018, and by whatever amounts are generated annually thereafter by a mill levy of not more than 2.5 mils for the purpose of paying for fire protection and emergency services provided within the city by the Durango Fire Protection District, and shall the city be authorized to amend the agreement between the city and the district, which was approved by the city voters on November 5th, 2013, to increase the annual fee payable to the district by the amount generated by the 2.5 mil levy, and to amend the term of the agreement to the extent the council determines that it is necessary to do so to comply with the city charter. And then provided that this authorization shall be contingent upon the voters of the district approving a district mill levy increase of 2.5 mils at the November 7th, 2017 election.
A resolution to submit the language for inclusion on the November 7th ballot was approved. Durango's property tax levy hasn't changed since 1982. If approved, the impact would be about a $70 per year increase for the owner of an average priced home. And here's a look at some events you might find interesting. Durango's first ever Float to Work Day is August 25th. Put-in will be at Memorial Park with takeout at Schneider Park. Grab your raft, tube, or paddleboard and PFDs and join the fun. And here's an early heads up on Colorado Cities and Towns Week, September 11th through the 15th. The week will have several events and opportunities for you to learn about Durango's programs and services and give your city input. These include a survey, a public forum on parks and recreation planning, community conversation during the Chamber of Commerce business after hours, and more. For a full listing of events, visit durangogov.org/cities and towns. Plan now to attend as many of these important events as you can to learn and provide input on our community's future. On August 30th, the library is having a books, brews, and barbecue party on the patio, 4:30 to 6:30 p.m., to mark the kickoff of their September Library Card Discount Month. Your library card will serve as a ticket for this free event, plus it will give you great deals throughout September. Our next study session is Tuesday, August 22nd at 4 p.m. We will receive updates on community development projects, character districts, homelessness issues, and more. Our next regular council meeting is September 5th at 6:30 p.m. And that's Council Connection for the August 15th Durango City Council meeting. I'm City Councilor and Mayor Dick White. Thanks for joining us, and remember, you can always contact your city councilors via email at citycouncil@durangogov.org.